homie, stand and struggle. I know you came to hustle, grit your teeth and clench your knuckles.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, I'm sure starting the season at home would be their preference because these fans are not going to make it easy on them tonight. But their focus is still going to be on walking out of that building 1-0. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those teams who didn't reach their goals, they just can wash it out and start. But there are certain teams saying, yes, we are who we were last year, and watch who we are this year.
You want to come out the gate strong. Ernie, I think we're in for an exciting year. And it was a pleasure seeing you in San Tropez on our vacation.
Yes.
That's a nice aqua machine you got.
It was very surprising to see you there, big fella, too.
I was admitted.
How'd you like my bathing suit, Ernie?
Well, let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
Beautiful and vibrant Atlanta, Georgia, the capital of Georgia, and our location tonight. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. And it's their first look at this year's Pistons here for the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Wallace is out there with Hill. Then there's Richard Hamilton. Then there's Thomas. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Thomas kicks to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. And here we go. Teague heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
How about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
And it's Drummond missing.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group, all those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team-first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked in to that task.
Now here is Hill. Dominique Wilkins unable to get his shot to go. Steps back and fires. Offensive rebound.
3 misses to start the game. Still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Picked by Horford. Outside Wilkins. Pass to ABC. Smith dishes to Horford. It's Wilkins on the wing. He's guarded by Hill, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. With the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
hard to shoot the ball any better than they did. I mean, they weren't the best in the league, but, man, they were right there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right. And it's Drummond with the jam.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
Screen by Smith. Hill against Wilkins. Pass to ABC. To the wing right side. Teague drives in. Right through the D for the layup. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Outside Thomas. Feeds it to Wallace. Drummond a screen. Hamilton outside. Fires from the line. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Hamilton's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Wilkins against Hill. Outside Wilkins. And it's sent back by Hill. And he recovers it. The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Hamilton the pass to Thomas. Hill sets the screen for Thomas. The pass to Hill. He's looking for Drummond and finds him, and he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Wilkins after the basket by Detroit. Shoots from 12, and it's sent back by Hill.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Thomas with the ball, picked up by Teague. Outside Thomas. The dish to Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Hill's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Hawks trail by 3. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
So it's Detroit now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Thomas kicks to Drummond. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Kicks to Wilkins. Here's ABC. Dishes it to Teague. A three-pointer is right on target. Teague's got 7 points in the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Thomas kicks to Hamilton. Pass to Drummond. Al Horford with the rebound. The Hawks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Kevin, their perimeter shooting game is what he thinks will make the difference in this one. He didn't want to take anything away from the defenders they're up against, but he did say he'd be surprised if his team doesn't shoot a high percentage from outside. We'll see, guys.
Doris, thank you. No, Clark, hard to create spacing without the three.
I agree there. I mean, I'd say it's almost impossible with the size and speed of players in this day and age.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer, Clark. He's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And he's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender, and I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Yeah, and the Hawks making a change here. Millsap's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Taking a look at some stats for Millsap. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
Well, he realizes his role. I mean, rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else is a bonus.
B's checked in for Jeff Teague.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Hill dishes to Drummond, puts it up from 12, but he gets it back, and he recovers it. Here's Hamilton, busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Hamilton's got his second basket of the game. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their role superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Outside Thomas. He kicks to Drummond. No good. Excellent D there from Wilkins. Millsap with it. Now Hamilton defending. Horford the pass to Wilkins. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully.
High-level skills being showcased out there now, fellas. I mean, that was a terrific hoop.
Here's Wallace following the bucket by the Hawks. Thomas kicks to Drummond.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Kevin Willis is checked in for Horford. Smith comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Korver in for Smith. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Wallace. Prince comes in for Hill. Joe Dumars, he's checked in for Hamilton. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Thomas. Billups kicks to Prince. Back to Billups. Six on the shot clock. Shot from the top of the key. Shot is off. So the Hawks will take it the other way. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet. even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the two things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. And here's Dumars. After Kyle Korver hitting the three, tries to snap the cold streak, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
He misses the free throw.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
And he sinks the second.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in second chance points, 4th in rebounding, and they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team has a number of players that take care of the ball and value every possession.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
Now here's Billups. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Rejected by Millsap.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Bill Lambier's checked in for Detroit. Pistons trail by 6. And here is Billups. Wallace outside. Lambier a screen. Wallace dishes to Lambier. He feeds it to Billups. Clock at 6. From 18 feet away. That is good.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Here's Willis. Now the feed to Smith. Pass to Willis. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. Right side Dumars. 1:03 left here in the first quarter. Here's Lambier. Kevin Willis grabs the miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
B, who's guarded by Billups. Millsap a screen. Here's B. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Pistons trail by 4. Billups kicks to Dumars. That's good. Dumars got his first basket.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And that one's good.
Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The Pistons shooting 47% here so far. Outside Billups. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. It's taken away by Wallace. Dumars the pass to Billups. Back to Dumars with 1 on the clock. He got it! That is one cheerleader.
He hit that shot like it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
That is what you call much in the clutch.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hawks ahead, up by 2. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career. Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Wallace is out there with Lambier. Then there's Chauncey Billups. Then it's Johnson, and it's Hill in at the 3, the small forward. And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw drops for Hill.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
Here's Augman. Here's Hudson. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 3.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Takes it from 10, and again, it's Atlanta.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
Pistons trail by 5. And Detroit last season against the East played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on. Tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East. And went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Augman. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Billups kicks to Hill. Wallace outside. Outside Billups. Just 5 to shoot. Wallace the screen. Lets it go from 14. With 1 on the clock. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean dunk that was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkins. I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Hawks second.
I tell you what, if you had to pick one stat, at least on the offensive side of the ball, that benefits your team, this is it. I mean, when you're amongst the league leaders in assists, you're doing a lot of good things. Not just making shots, but you're moving your teammates and you're moving the basketball.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Andre Drummond comes in for Bill Laimbeer. And Thomas subbed in for Chauncey Billups. Picked off in midair. Johnson against T. There's the pick, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. Second in assists, second in three-point field goal percentage. And they also showed up in the top 5 in shooting percentage. This is a team that knows how to execute its offense and get good shots.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively, limit his easy chances inside.
And it's Wallace penetrating, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. Hawks making a switch here, and he's got his first chance at the line here. And it's tied up with that one.
You know, not many saw it coming last season with the Hawks. I mean, they just ran away with the Eastern Conference. It was the first time they took the East since 1994.
And he gets it to go. And that's now 11 points for Jeff T. The Pistons have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. Johnson kicks to Thomas. Johnson the screen. Thomas goes in. Shot off the screen. The shot is off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Hudson kicks to Horford. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Teague against Hill. Passes it to Wilkins. 6 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And Thomas pulls it down. Pistons shooting very well, 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. That's good. Hill's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And finished off by Horford.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And the Pistons with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hawks. And it's sent back by Horford. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Smith checked in for the Hawks. DeBusschere, he's checked in for the Pistons. Hamilton comes in for Johnson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Teague. He had a strong showing last season. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 7 assists and 2 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Down low, it's stolen by Hill. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Talk about a terrific game for Hill. He has 8 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponents.
The Pistons have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
And as a unit, Guys, they only shot 70% from the line over the course of last season. Not the kind of percentage that they were hoping for.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Both free throws good from Hill. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in a game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
ABC, here's Horford, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Now here's Teague. 11 points in the game. He dishes it to Horford. 4 on the clock. Here's Wilkins. Excellent D there from Hill. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach, and his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball. Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Now here's Teague. Feeds it to Horford. Teague against Thomas. The shot. Teague can't hit.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Teague against Drummond. Thomas down low and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. The Hawks have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field. Got a piece of it. Smith kicks to Teague. Thomas with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. To the middle, the kick out to Hill. Off target with his 3. So it's Atlanta now. Teague the pass to ABC. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Last season, we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for him.
Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He misses the free throw, and Atlanta will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap is checked in for ABC. Smith comes in for Wilkins. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Smith, and B's subbed in for Teague. Detroit also making some changes. Wallace is checked in for Drummond. Prince comes in for Hill, and it's Dumars in for Thomas. So we can't get either to fall. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. To Busher with the screen. Dumars dishes to DeBuscher. Back to Dumars. 5 to shoot. And that one hits back iron.
And for me, Horford, one of the most unappreciated stars in the league. When he's healthy, he's every bit the franchise player because he really has no weakness. He does pretty much everything well on the floor.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Detroit.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here is Korver after Rip Hamilton scored. Here's Smith. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. The shot's good from Smith.
And Horford, I mean, this guy does it all on the floor. But for me, his leadership, that's one of those real intangibles. And he's unselfish, all about his teammates and completely focused on winning. So when your best player has that commitment, it has to rub off on the other players.
Here's Billups following the score by Josh Smith. Here's the screen. Billups kicks to Lambier. The 19-foot shot. Not enough on that one as it misses.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Now here is Smith. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Smith against Prince. Wallace a screen. Top of the key, Billups. To the inside. Here's Dumars, and it's blocked. The drive by Smith.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Korver against Dumars. Millsap kicks to Smith. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And now a 6-point Hawks lead.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Boy, he's got a real comfort level with the mid-range game. I mean, he's got the ability not to let the defense bother him when he's locked into that shooting zone.
B, he's guarded by Billups. Smith, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Hawks lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I have Josh Smith. And Josh, what is it going to take in this game in the second half to come out with a win?
Everybody's got to get involved. Whenever we have an opportunity to run the floor, get some easy layups, be able to do that and be able to finish plays. And that's all we have to do, and I think we'll be okay.
Josh, thank you for the time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was Jeff Teague setting the pace in the first quarter. He had 11 points and 2 assists. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
they were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points, a lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Some good numbers for Teague. He has 11 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more. And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
They've got Smith. Horford is out there with ABC. Then it's Wilkins. Oh!
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. I had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
For Detroit, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. That one is off.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
And the second free throw, good.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
Outside Thomas. And Hill has it in the corner. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feed. That's 12 points for Hill.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
Screen by Smith. It's Wilkins on the wing. He's guarded by Hill. Wilkins passes to Smith. Banked in off the glass. Smith's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hawks.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Wilkins. Outside Teague. And there's the pass to Wilkins. Picked by Horford. It's Wilkins with the drive, and it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Hill. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
There's the dish to Wilkins. Screen by Smith. Hill against Wilkins. The baseline jumper goes down. Wilkins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Drummond a screen. Here's Hill. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. Horford was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Smith against Hamilton. Here's ABC. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 10 points for ABC.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. In fourth, the Pistons.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Hamilton kicks to Thomas. Back to Hamilton. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, in the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of help. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs.
Good on the second free throw. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Thomas against T. Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Thomas against T. Wallace a screen. Thomas goes in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clarkie won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And, Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. The Hawks leading by 5. Teague with the ball. Now Hamilton defending. Teague against Hamilton. Teague dishes to Horford. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Horford's got 10 points in the game.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Pick up by Hill. Outside Thomas. Kicks to Drummond. Dishes it to Hill. Detroit, no good that time either.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Thomas against Teague. And it's sent back by Wallace. And they get it back. Detroit with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Thomas passes to Hamilton. Shot clock at 6. No good off the front iron.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
T kicks to Wilkins. It's stolen by Hill. Lets a floater go. No luck. Great D that time from T. The Hawks leading by 9. Ball's knocked loose. Wilkins dishes to T. And now here's Hamilton, the fast break chance. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
So both teams changing it up here. Both free throws good from Hill. Atlanta with the ball. Teague, the pass to Horford. Picked by Horford. Here's Augman. Horford in the post. Working on Drummond. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Al Horford playing very well. 8 rebounds and 2 rejections. You talk about being on. He's been it. Not even one missed shot so far.
This is superhuman stuff we're seeing today, guys.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Al Horford drops them both. Pistons trail by 9. Now here is Hill. 18 points for him. Richard Hamilton on the wing. DeBusschere inside. Atlanta with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Hudson against Hill. Pulls up, high post, and it's sent back by Hill. On the wing, Johnson. Teague covering. A pass to DeBusschere. Releases from 15. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Leitner. They set the screen. Here's Augman. He's covered by DeBusschere. Hudson against Hamilton. Fires from 14, and he hits the jumper for 2. Horford's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Hawks.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's DeBusschere. It's blocked. The feed to T. Out to the right wing. Augman passes to Horford. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Horford's got 12 points now in the quarter. The Hawks offense was a thing of beauty at times to watch last year. They really came together. They epitomized that turn team so well.
You hit it right on the head. I mean, they knew how to find the open man. The ball always ended up in the right spot. And so many of their shots came from assists, second in the league in that category.
Well, I tell you what, the Hawks were terrific in so many different ways last year offensively. They led the league in catch and shoot points per game. And when you watch video, that's what stands out.
Let's check out some stats for Horford. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Millsap comes in for Al Horford. And B's subbed in for T. And then for Detroit, Bill Lambier's checked in for Drummond. Wallace comes in for Hill. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Hamilton.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys. Hawks also led the league in catch-and-shoot threes per game last season. They have a roster of guys that can knock it down with space and really made the most of it.
Pistons trail by 9. Outside, Billups. He kicks it to Johnson. Fires from the wing. And that one's good.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And stolen by Wallace. Now Johnson. To the left side wing. And here is Billups. Here's Lambier. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Billups.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Augman passes to Leitner. Millsap a screen on Lambier. Johnson against Hudson. The Hawks again can't hit. Pistons trail by 5. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Lambier a screen. Billups inside the line. Tries again. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
No good on that one. A different look here for Detroit. Prince comes in for DeBusschere. And it's Dumars in for Johnson. He's off on the second.
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Pistons trail by 5. Billups kicks to Dumars. Wallace with a screen for Billups. 1:29 left in the third. Millsap grabs the miss. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. Unlike San Antonio, Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled big guys.
The Pistons have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point going 7 of 14. Here's Prince. Can't get it to go. Korver with the defensive effort. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Smith. An easy 2 points on the layup. Smith's got 12 points in the game.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Now here's Billups, guarded closely. Outside Dumars. Lambeer screen from the baseline. Millsap grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
B, the pass to Smith. Soft touch off the glass. And now it's a 9-point Atlanta lead.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's Atlanta up 9. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Hello and thanks for joining. Here's Thomas. On the floor for Detroit. They've got Drummond. Thomas is out there with Dumars. Then there's Wallace. And it's Hamilton in at the small forward position. Wallace with a screen for Hamilton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 11 feet away. Can't hit.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built. And that's why they are in control.
Greg, simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now. Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
He feeds it to Wallace. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Outside Teague. Passes it to ABC. He dishes it to Horford. Here's ABC. And again, it's Atlanta.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Hill, he's checked in for Dumars.
Grant Hill.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. The Hawks leading by 11. Teague drives in, and it's sent back by Drummond. Thomas with the ball. Wilkins picks him up. Feeds it to Hill. From deep three-point range, Pistons keep it alive. Drummond dishes to Hill. Drummond a screen. Hill has the open look. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Hill's got 10 points here in the second half. T kicks to Horford. There's the pass to ABC. From downtown, that doesn't go in either for T.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Thomas against Smith. Thomas with the ball. Clock at 6. 14 feet away. Rebound by Smith.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Outside Teague. Here's ABC, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists tonight.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Hamilton the pass to Thomas. That's good.
How about able to pull off just sensational stuff? And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He laid one thing out there for them, saying, now is the time to eliminate any chance of a mistake. We've got a good lead. Don't take any unnecessary risks or commit a silly foul. Smart basketball from here on out.
Teague against Thomas. Deflects the pass. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron, even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. I think it would be a small percentage of those plays over the course of a season.
That's good from Horford. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Hill against Wilkins. Wallace with the screen on Wilkins. The dish now to Thomas. Right through the D for the layup. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
It's Wilkins with the drive.
Looking at the game for Wilkins, he has 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
At the line for the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Wilkins.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Both free throws good from Wilkins. Pistons trail by 12. Outside Thomas. Drummond sets the screen for Thomas. Kicks to Wallace. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Here's ABC, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Atlanta. ABC! 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Wallace with a screen on Teague. Dishes to Drummond. Rebound by the Hawks. ABC's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Thomas with the ball, picked up by Teague, and it's Drummond with the jam.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard.
Teague drives in. Smith with a wide open look. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 7th assist in the game. Pistons trail by 13. Now here's Thomas. Wallace a screen. Thomas kicks to Drummond. From 8, and that's good off the glass that time. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Thomas dishes to Hamilton. Inside, it's stolen by Smith. It's Wilkins with the drive, and Rip Hamilton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Smith kicks to Teague. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Drummond, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Pistons making a change here. Lambier's checked in.
ABC. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pistons trail by 15. Outside Hill. Rebound Atlanta. ABC's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Smith with it. Now Hamilton defending. Smith against Hamilton. It's Wilkins on the wing.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
At the line for the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins. 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Wilkins. Paul Millsap's checked in for ABC. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Pistons trail by 17. Lambier a screen. Thomas kicks to Lambier. Good, and the assist goes to...
A very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Millsap a screen. Millsap a screen on Thomas. Inside, here's Horford, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Well, puts it up from 12. Rebound, Detroit. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that's dives for it, misses off the right iron.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
To the inside, Horford. Rebounded by Lambier. Lambier's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team foul.
Lambier a screen. Wallace kicks to Thomas. It's Rip Hamilton on the wing. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Teague kicks to Horford. Teague with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Smith dishes to Horford. Shot clock at 5. Teague inside the line. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
At the line for the Hawks, Richard Hamilton. At the line for 2.
That's good from Hamilton.
Look at what Richard Hamilton has done so far. He's got 8 points and a steal.
Ben Wallace, he's checked in for the Pistons. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Now Smith. Outside Teague. Screen by Smith. Outside Teague. Down low. Here's Horford. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. Free throw drops for Al Horford. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
The Hawks leading by 14. Horford. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And that's now 30 points for Horford.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Thomas passes to Hill. Thomas a screen on Wilkins. Wallace with a screen for Hamilton to the inside and stolen by Horford. Thomas against Teague. Pass to Millsap. Back to Teague. Pick by Horford. Teague kicks to Horford. Shoots from the baseline. Nice defense from Wallace. Pistons trail by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hawks.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Al Horford. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
The Pistons making a change here. Lambier's checked in for Wallace. Prince comes in for Hill. Johnson, he's checked in for Hamilton. And it's Dumars in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Dumars. Here's Lambier. Stolen by Wilkins. B the pass to Wilkins. 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
At the line for the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins. 2 shots.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. And here is Johnson. Outside Dumars. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Third team foul. Shooting for Atlanta, Ben Wallace, taking 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. and that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win. It seemed like this game was getting away from you at points. What does the team take away from this game in terms of experience?
We got to do a better job of executing down the stretch. As simple as that. We're just glad we got this win. We just can't let these things happen in the future.
An escape from some mistakes, Paul. Well done, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.